Wow, I look terrible right now, but gamers, today we're playing Planet Coaster 2. I started this run about a week ago, and it's zero money to 100,000.
Boys and girls, here we are at Poor Poverty Park. And as you can see in the bottom left, I am at $0, 0 people, and 0 stars. Although people are trying to come in, they just can't because there's nothing here. We have to pull out a loan. Obviously, I can't get enough money to make anything without one, so we're going to increase this amount, and I did increase this amount to around $2,000. So I started building a path. Why not? And I went 2 different ways to have 2 different things and realized that I have no money to actually do this, so I had to get another $2,000. And then our first ride was introduced, the Tiny Eye 2. And I had to connect it to power, and it actually took me about 20 minutes to realize that I don't know how to set up power, but we did it anyways, and it began. We were only at $500, but 20 people were coming in, so we decided to build little convenient places, food, anything you can think of, drinks, whatever. And then I realized that people couldn't leave the ride, so I had to build another little pathway, and now we started rolling. With already 52 people, it started snowing. Now, what do you do in this situation? Well, you just turn off the snow and you just keep going. We climbed up to 10 more people at this time, and it looked all right, $1,000 in the bank. But then I decided to buy a pool. Why? I don't actually know it. Later on in this video, you'll realize that was really stupid. Okay, after fixing up the pool and everything, I was like, let's go. More money, more people, whatever. So I started building benches right next to the convenient guy so they could have a nice conversation. Who knows? I put benches, trash cans, why not? Anything goes. And then I realized the sun will go down, so I turned that off completely because nobody wants to look at the dark. And then our first people came, but they didn't get in the water. They just sunbathed. I'm not judging as long as they're coming in. Had to build a mechanic workshop because why not? And also a little staff lobby for our staff members that need to take breaks. And then I hired some mechanics because our stuff was breaking down. Let's just say that. It obviously needed to be repaired. So we got him, and look at him go. He's fixing it up. I guess I'm just following him. I don't know. And then right there, if anybody noticed, I hit closed park. And then I had a moment of freak out because I was like, why in the world is nobody coming to my park? I don't know why I did that or how I did that, but trust me, I was like, what do I do? Look at this, 14 people. I'm over here hiring janitors because I think it was a litter issue. Yep, now we're at 0 people and our money was dwindling very fast. But I opened it up, and when I opened it up, I was surprised to see it was more people than even it was before. Over 93 people are now in the park, enjoying their time, having a great time. I built a guest service shop because I think I realized that that's the only way people can buy pool tickets. And now look at this. People are at the services, and look. And there they go, into the pool. Oh my goodness, people are actually enjoying our pool now, having a good time. The lifeguard on staff, who cares? This was my stats and everything, and our loan was still not paid off. Uh-oh. And at the end of the day, our guest experience was a 4.76, almost 5 stars. Our park reputation wasn't that good. It was only sitting at 2.81, and the park rating was still pretty low at 0.66. But if you look down there, the profit we made that day was $4,000 total. So then I accidentally deleted everything. Yeah, I didn't mean to, but we had it rebuilt and everything was fixed, and now we even have more people at the park, almost at 140. So then, with my new idea, I decided to build on, make it look pretty, make people want to enjoy their experience at Poor Poverty Park. So I built fences that actually took me over genuinely 30 minutes to even put up. It was literally just one line, and I built rocks and trees and whatever. And then it was time. So then, as you can see, I built on even more. I even put an entrance up. As you can see, there's a whole wall section that people can't see out of because why would we want them to escape? We stop the buses, and as you go in, there's an archer that shoots at you. Shoots at you. You have flames burning everybody as they walk through, but they love it because it's exciting. And yeah, and then we added something new. We added a derby. We added bumper cars. Now, this took a big chunk of our money at the time, but as you can see, we jumped up 100 people. And now here's me adding ice to all our drinks. Obviously, I realized there was no path for our generator, so I had to fix that. Now look at this. People are lined up at the wazoo to go to the bumping derbies. And our pool started getting more traction as well. Now we were at $6,000. So I built on with a brand new idea. We were at $8,000 and I decided I want to be experimental. Why not? So I was going to build like an arcade-ish big room full of rides. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I just had to start planning and thinking. So I started building. I first started with the tiles and the flooring, and I placed them down, and I got to work. I mean, a lot of work. I spent another probably 30 minutes building this little structure with all its walls and everything. And I'm going to be honest with you, I am not a builder. For some reason, I do not understand the building in this game at all. And that's when I realized you cannot use decorative floors so people can walk on. Yes, I built this whole structure for no reason at all. But we were at $13,000 and 300 people. So to get rid of my blues, I put in, what was the wave force? Well, the wave force was a pretty much raft ride. It was a tracked ride as well. You go up, blah, 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 head around the corners and blah, 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 go down this little dip. Maybe people would like it, maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. I put it in anyways. We were down to 6,000, but 343 people were now in the park and a rating of 1.3 stars. And for my little structure that I built, I just deleted it. It was pointless to have, and it was taking up space, so whatever. So with our new built coaster, I started placing more conveniences, more soda fountains, opened up a little restaurant that I will have to delete later because I didn't know how to work it. I even put in vending machines, any way to make a dime, and I built a little place for people to sit after they got their food or just needed to chill. This was our overview for right now. And then to my surprise, well, not really, so many people were going to the Wave Force. It was our biggest ride at the time, and we were sitting there just right under 20,000. With 20,000 under our belt, we decided to put in the Splintery. It was an all-wooden coaster. It was our first official roller coaster in the park. And with me putting all the power in and having to deal with all that, it was time to open the Splinter. And people instantly came in. We jumped up to 100 more people sitting there right under 500, and we were growing fast. Things needed to be fixed, so I fixed them. Security guards were now a must because there were signs of pickpocketing in our park, which is a no-go, right? Only if I can do it. Also put in some entertainers, a shark, whatever, a Viking, anything that twiddles your toes at night. I don't know. Alright, kind of weird. And now this was our official overview. 2 big coasters, a derby, a pool, and a little ride I guess you would call for the children. But now it was time for something even bigger. I built another pool because the other pool just didn't seem right. And it didn't get that much traction. But this one had a slide. And that's why this was more important to me for people to come. And it did. Instantly, people started coming up. It jumped us up to another 100 people. And we were already to $43,000. So with that being said, it was time to expand. But this time I had something different in mind. This time I was going to build a food court. And I was going to decorate it nicely. And put trees. I was going to put so many people. I was going to put vendors. I was going to put merchandising store. I had to struggle with the power for like another 30 minutes. And while I was building that, I put in the driller because we had money to spare. We were up to $63,000. Oh my goodness, it was like money. We couldn't stop making money. So we put in another big coaster, and I had to delete all the trees in it because it was too much. So then, a few minutes later, I decided I wasn't fulfilled with our food court, so I kept building on. At this point, I wanted to add new things to it. More scenic, more understanding of what the hell we are, what we're doing, and that was rocks. Yeah, I didn't think it fully through, but rocks was my go-to. So after we built the rocks, I decided to make everything else look pretty, so I built this nice colored fence. Don't ask why. I also put this here, and I also put a bus there, and I put a ship here. I don't know. I was just spending a bunch of money. We had a bunch of money. And we had to hire more staff because, yeah, people have to take breaks, and there was too many things going on. I even put a souvenir shop outside some of the rides just to make a little bit more extra money. You saw that we hit 500, but now look at this, we hit 700, and our money became too easy. So then we built the spiralizer. This was probably our biggest coaster yet. And don't worry about this pool looking thing. I was trying to make a lazy river. It just didn't work. I'm going to delete that later. So with all the testing being put in, we opened the next ride to see where things led us. So with the deletion of my failed lazy river, we just decided to build a huge pool, because why not? And with the huge pool, we decided to make something else with it. We decided to put in another floop. I think that's what they're called, or whatever. The H2 bowl. And this is a really dangerous pool because you get on this slide, you may hit the people coming out of the bowl, but it's okay. And there's pipes all in the pool, but who cares, right? It's a big pool and it has slides. This is our overview now. Sitting here making great money, but we're gaining more than we're losing, and we're averaging around 700 people. So I decided to let it sit. I decided that I was going to put my hands off and pretty much go away. I left the game running to see if we could hit our goal, which was 100,000. And this is what happened.
Well, boys and girls, let me show you something. If you look at the bottom left, we have now, in our park, have almost 830 people in the park. If you look at our stars, we have 1.9, which is kind of stupid, I'm not going to lie. I mean, come on, there should be 5 stars. If you look in the middle of the bottom, you see that 3 days have went by. We're on day 10. If you look to the very far left, we're sitting at almost $250,000. Boys and girls, we have done it. We've done it. We did my goal. I wanted 100,000, and I won't lie, I kind of let this run on for way too long. I got super busy, had to do other stuff, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But we did it. Our park actually made us money without us having work. It's like we just went on vacation. It's just like me and you just went on vacation. Yes, you and me just went on vacation. And boy, did we not do it, give our hearts into this. Some would say it was handed to us. Psh. Boys and girls, do we not remember when we were just a little tiki place trying to figure out how to make a little money running off a loan? And then we got a little money in our pockets, so we built a small pool. And it didn't gain any traction actually for the longest time. And then with that money, we started building on. Make the place look better. Make it more appealing to folks to come in and see what all the hype's about. We built shops. We built a derby place just to make people, give them something more to do. Then we tried to build like a dance hall, and that didn't work because I realized that people can't actually walk on decorative floors. It's okay, don't matter. Then we built wave force that honestly nobody ever gets on anymore, but that's okay because it helped us gain money, and that's when we built another pool. Yes, we built another pool, and for some reason the second pool is even more busy because it has a slide. And then took them money and built the splinter, which helped us gain a lot of money. And if it wasn't for that, I mean, we wouldn't have this beautiful food court that is awesome. I don't care what people say. This is awesome. It actually kind of looks pretty cool too. I won't lie. Proud of myself. And without this food court, it wouldn't lead to the driller, which has people lined up. Look at this. Look how many people are trying to get on. Oh my goodness. And then we had to build a third pool. And make it really dangerous. Honestly, this is not a safe pool. I wouldn't get on this pool. I wouldn't get on the slides of this pool. Now just buy the spiralizer, which actually doesn't get that many people. Yeah, unfortunately it don't. But it still has helped. I don't know if I want to keep going and make a part 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Poor Poverty Park. And me and you did it. I don't know what to say, we did it. Anyways, peace out, guys. Thank you for watching.